sport coat for nothing.
Right,
Nobody can see
right.
you.
Well, they don't know that I'm not wearing pants.
They do now on that audio.
Okay, good.
Why do we have this whole front here?
Test, 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 test. We got audio? Okay. Well, we'll kick this meeting off. Got the 5th of October. It's 2 p.m. We're going to do our plant and equipment regular meeting. And we'll call to order. Let's see, do we have any public comments? Hearing none. We'll go to our report on the Angie acceptance of contract work, please.
Make sure my mic's working. A little lower than usual. Okay, so in your handouts there's a memo, and there's also a certificate of final completion from NG. This is for the work at Well 35 for the PV system out there, the solar system. So our original contract amount for that was $600,390. But because of the delays due to COVID, there were some increases in storage, material costs, labor costs. There was a change order for $52,377. So the final contract amount is $652,767. At this time, we are holding a retention of $26,634.45. So once the board accepts the work, we'll file a notice of completion and then make the final payment on the retention. Usually I wait about a month after it's filed. So I'm recommending that we accept the contract work performed by NG. That facility is online and producing. So. Any questions?
It doesn't look like there's any unsatisfactory performance.
No.
I would agree with that recommendation.
All right, well, do we just do a move and a,
I will make note.
okay. Second item, authorizing resolution, authoring district representative to submit application to DWSRF for Dune 3 Water Company.
All right, so in your handouts, there is a resolution that Jim prepared. This is a requirement for applying for the drinking water state revolving funds. If you remember, the district agreed to consolidate with Dune 3 Water Company, and part of that process is getting the funding through the drinking water state revolving fund. So this would authorize a representative to sign and act on behalf of the district for any of the documentation and stuff needed to get that done. It's not a loan, it's grant funds. So this resolution states that it would be the general manager or his designee. So that's just a part of the whole paperwork packet that needs to be included for application for funding for consolidation with Dune 3.
Okay. Looks like everything's in order to me. What do we need, or what do you need from us?
Just a recommendation that the board approve it, and that's it.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, and so would I.
Would you like me to move on?
Oh, sorry, yeah, now on well 33, please.
Well 33. We did have the best drilling and pump out, if you remember, and they removed all the equipment from the well. We did get a video inspection performed. Unfortunately, there was no aha moment during that video inspection. It didn't reveal anything obvious that was causing the intrusion of gravel pack and sand in the well. So our next step is going to be utilizing Best with 2 S's, different company, to do their sand and gravel invasion survey, and we'll bring up a temporary pump for that. And so I'm just waiting right now for Best to give me their schedule. They had indicated mid to late October. I sent an email yesterday asking for an update. I haven't received a response yet. So I know they were probably going to try to time that with work that they're also going to be doing as part of the brackish water study too. So if they can do both of those while they're up there, I think they might try to time it that way. But I'm just waiting to hear now so we can get the temporary pump and stuff scheduled.
Let me show my naiveness. Is this possible as a sabotage or a deliberate act or anything like that?
No.
But we still,
Not unless they can reach into a 1,000-foot deep well.
Yeah.
800 feet deep.
how much gravel was recovered?
A significant amount, enough to do some damage to the pump, so.
A wheelbarrow full? A couple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll just get worse, most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll continue to damage the pump. Use your microphone. Yeah, so
But nothing
we
showed
had-
up on the video, so that.
no,
it's-
we had success before at well 18 doing this. At that point, we were able to get access in the well without pulling the pump. This one didn't have any access, but we were able to run the pump and kind of chase where the gravel was coming from. So we're kind of hoping we could do that this time by like turning on the pump, turning off the pump, turning it on and off, and we were able to kind of find where it was coming from. And we were successful at well 18 doing that, so hopefully we can do that this time.
Okay. And did well 18, just as an example, just have a small hole in it? that
It
was
had
hard to
it,
find?
it had a hole. It was coming from the actual sounding tube itself.
Yeah.
There was degradation in the sounding tube, and there was gravel pack coming out of the sounding tube port. So we were able to blank that off, swedge it off, and haven't had an issue since then.
Yeah, okay. Well, the mystery continues.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good thing we got well 35 up when we did.
It was, yeah,
That was really fortunate.
like somebody knew.
Yeah, that's just remarkable. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Renee. D-zone and C-zone booster station project?
Yes, so this is moving forward. We have reviewed plans and specs, and we had a little conference with the engineer at Krieger and Stewart that's working on this. So we expect to get one final review, and then the project will go out to bid really soon and award in December. So we're just about ready to go out to bid on that.
How long do they think that's going to take?
Oh, gosh. You know, I don't know if we did get I would bet you it would take at least a year.
Okay.
Yeah. The next one is a 2-year project, so I can move on to the reservoirs if you'd like.
Sure.
They're going to be going out to bid pretty close to the same time. We actually had a Teams meeting today with Krieger and Stewart to talk about the plans for all the 4 tanks. And we did get the specifications last Friday, so we'll be going through those this week. And they want to go out to bid by the end of next week. And we'll also be looking to award that in December. You guys have heard of all the issues with supplies, and so we're going to be giving the contractors quite a bit of leeway because they may have trouble getting things like valves and steel and stuff like that. So, but we need to get these out, and we need to get them awarded in December and earmarked so that we can get those CIP funds used for these projects. So
how do we put that contingency in the contract so that they don't feel exposed?
yeah, that's one thing we talked to Chuck about today. They just want to make sure that they know that they're going to have some freedom in getting the schedule. They know not to be pushed to get it done in a certain timeline. So they're probably going to give them about 2 years to get that done.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the times and time of day, right? Yep.
Yep.
That's just how it is. All right, post-earthquake reimbursement?
Okay, so everything's been submitted and finalized. I was hoping to be able to give you an update. Maybe we got our final payment, but we're waiting on the final payment on the final project for that. So because of all the wildfires, they said that there may be some delay in processing that payment. So at this point, we're still waiting.
Yeah, first it was COVID, now it's wildfires, and
Yeah.
got all these built-in excuses here, don't they? Okay, the SCADA update.
The district continues to work with ATSI to finalize the site acceptance tests at Plant 1, 11, 13, and 35. As well as that, we discovered an issue with alarming on the chlorine, which ATSI resolved as of this morning, so we're gonna test that. And once that's done, there's just a couple punch list items I need to do, and we will be finished with the project and ready to present it to the board for acceptance and demonstrate it.
Was the chlorine control just,
It's not control, it was an alarming on how it handled alarm on low levels.
Hmm.
So we want it to be where it alarms us before it shuts off the well. The way it was, the way that it was operating, it would time out for the 10 minutes, shut off the well, and then let us know that it shut off the well.
okay. Arsenic?
I reached out to Pure Flow yesterday and spoke with their Don. And he assured me that he should be able to get some prices together, hopefully this week, that I can present to the board on Monday. Other than that, they continue to do their job.
Do you think we'll be shutting down here at the end of October? Or,
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what's going on with ATSI, but
oh, right.
hopefully.
Yeah, generally it goes to bed.
Yeah, and because the pneumatic valves don't play well in the winter. The changing in the temperature affects the air pressure, and they don't open quite well.
And solar production.
Through September of this year, we have a savings of 132,879. For September, we had a savings of 42,544, which was below the guarantee of 44,855. I know they were out replacing an inverter not too long ago, as well as I think all the smoke we had in the air definitely impacted that. So,
Yeah, I noticed an impact on my home production. It was off quite a bit.
so yeah, that's where we're at with solar.
So that didn't affect us with our guarantee, though, with the smoke or anything? It was
No,
just- That's
nope.
good.
They don't get to blame COVID
No.
in the wildfires like the state can.
We're still working off of a pretty large
Surplus.
Credit, yeah.
Yeah.
credit that they have, so. I don't- How much is it roughly?
No, I think it's around 300,000.
Yeah, so we still have a ways to go before we.
Because they were generating, as the sites came online, they started accruing that credit, and the guarantee didn't hit till all of the sites were done. So,
Oh, okay. So a nice little buffer.
yeah.
Yeah, good. All right, future agenda items. Hearing none.
We should have
Some?
acceptance of contract work come back next month for well 35. We were really hoping they'd have those last few items done, but they wanted to come last Friday. We were closed, and so they're supposed to be rescheduling it. There's a couple of little issues, so I hope to God they're resolve this next month. Need to get that closed out.
I know it's not on the agenda, but it is a P&E issue.
21, yeah.
When we acquired well 36, had it been tested and gone through all of the normal things that we would do with a well before we could put it into production?
From what I can tell, they did test pump it. I don't think it was test pumped to the extent that we would have test pumped it. But yeah, they did test pump it to like 4,000 GPM, I think it was, so,
Okay. And is
yeah.
it roughly the size of a district well?
yes.
Yeah, it was drilled to district specifications.
Was drilled, yes.
Oh, okay. So,
And yeah, it was test pumped, but as far as, we didn't do anything after we acquired it, so.
No.
But I think we do have the test results from the pump test.
We do.
Initial water quality as well.
be required roughly financially to.
Oh, gosh.
so-
We have that in a previous meeting. I can't remember at the top of my head. It kind of depends what we end up doing with it, whether we try to pump it as a B zone well or an A zone well. So, and then there's the environmental aspect of that too. it would probably be easier to connect it to the B zone, but we'd rather have it connected to the A zone. We'd have to cross the highway to do so. So, yeah, it's not easy and it is pretty
The plumbing
expensive.
issue of getting it
Yeah.
into
Yeah,
the district
The
network.
line that's there now would not handle another well coming on. It,
Yeah.
it can't do the 4 that we have out there.
There was
So,
actually a cost estimate put together, I think, for two different
Yes.
options a few years back when you were on the
Yeah, I was
board,
on the board
remember?
at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So we could dig it up somewhere, but I'm sure the price,
I
Since
think
it-
there was
since
a
it's-
couple options at that.
There were a
time,
couple
wasn't
for a
options.
couple options, yeah.
there? Tying in and going the other way,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
or
But the-
going across and acquiring easements.
The estimated costs certainly are gonna be higher today than they were back then,
Yeah.
obviously, so. But I
But
think it was over $1 million either way, wasn't
At
it? Yeah.
least, yeah.
But they hadn't built their little substation like we would with,
No.
you know, they,
No, it's just a well.
It's just a hole in the ground.
yeah,
Yep.
okay.
the only thing the district has done is welded so that we can monitor the well.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
A level every month,
We also have a well intel unit out there.
so using it as a
Yeah.
monitor, well, in essence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Aware where that location's at if you went and looked at it?
I know it's roughly a mile from 35. Is that my
It
understanding?
depends on, no, it's closer than that.
Is it?
You would,
It's on Ridgecrest Boulevard and.
Just south of
Yeah,
Inyakern.
in between 395 and Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's kind of a good well just for data also. I
Mhm.
mean, because we can see if we're creating a cone of depression.
You know,
and
you know where the
then
power lines are?
or
Mhm.
Anything else, so.
Power line.
Okay. I think I've driven by on my bikes before, but
Yeah, it's kind of, it's a lovely dirt road to get out there. You got to go through the wash and,
it doesn't have a fence around it, though.
Yes, it
have a
Oh,
does.
it does have a
around
Yes.
fence, so I think I might know where it is
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
fenced.
the whole property is fenced.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't anticipate that we'd need to bring that system on anytime soon, but just thinking down the line,
No.
if it's a multi-year project, it might be something that would be, you know,
It would definitely be a multi-year project, yeah.
It may be something to look at if 33 proves to be irrecoverable.
well, you're reading my mind. That's kind of where I'm going is, if there's a reliability issue with 33, might it be wise for us to
It would probably be easier
do board meetings?
to drill another well on the same site where
Gonna say it'd
33
be
is.
much more cost effective just to drill another well by 33.
Yep.
Oh, really?
You've got the
Okay.
piping right there and everything, and,
Yeah.
Your connection points there, yeah.
yeah.
Yep. I'm just thinking just the environmental load, we'd have to do an EIR and that's very expensive and takes a while and,
Yeah, and time consuming, like you say. And they can blame COVID and wildfires and all sorts of things for delays and decisions.
we've been through the EIR process before, it's not pretty.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Okay, well,
I had a question. I'm
please.
Not normally on this committee, but I am involved with equipment and trucks and stuff. Is the district looking for equipment or trucks? Well, because there is some pretty good options out there right now with financing. I know we don't finance a lot of it, but if there's zero interest, are we okay or?
Yeah, we're okay. We just purchased a used one because it was a really good deal. I think you were made aware of that maybe, a month ago, month and a half. We are looking for one more flatbed to replace one for the vac truck. The truck itself is what we're having problems with. And that's all that's scheduled for this year as far as equipment.
Okay, I was just watching, there's some stuff that's pricing, so.
is this a used market or?
No,
New stuff?
no, there's some new stuff that's coming out with lower, some introductory stuff, so we've never really used it, we usually just pay for it.
We just pay for it. That's what we build in every year to replace about $120,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah, but if it's low enough interest, if we're making more in bank,
Zero interest, so
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, if there's no other further issues or comments, I will draw to conclusion our longest P&E meeting that I've been an attendee of. And we'll close the doors at 20 minutes after 2. Thank you very much, guys. Good work.